you can look at this tape and think of all your cousins and everybody at Christmas, and we're snowed in. So we're putting bags on the shoes where we can go out in the snow and be pulled by the tractor. We may have to take turns, Papa says, because it's not quite deep enough. But we shall see. As soon as your Papa gets in here, we're getting ready to go. Papa is piddling in the kitchen. We will put him on tape. Does that look like he's getting ready for us? Well, as soon as he does, we can go out. Your hats in our bedroom. You get hats and gloves in the bedroom. Okay. And then if you don't have shoes, you put on. Papa is getting ready to come out the door to go after the tractor. Here he comes, the master of the tractor.
You better watch it.
And he's being kind of ugly.
Run over you with the tractor.
You had better behave. This is the first part of our story.
We're doing the sleds.
Here comes Daniel. And then there's Brandon. And then there's Haley. And there's Julie. We're missing one grandkid. Here she comes. Here comes Kelsey.
You gotta help or I gotta get my camera.
Come on, Kelsey. No throwing of snowballs.
Angel.
This is all the grandkids at Meemaw's house. I love them all. They've been here 4 days. I still don't want them to go home. Oh, they're making an angel. Angels, angels. Oh, everybody's making an angel.
Except for Dave.
Oh, how neat. That's going to freeze you. How pretty. Look at the angels in the snow. Did you walk across the angels? Deanna, where's Jimmy and Susan at?
We're still getting ready, Mom.
Okay.
We're getting ready to be pulled over. Ice rink! Go!
Okay, let's everybody go to the barn.
A piece of ice. Look.
Jimmy. Jimmy, tell your dad I think he can go over in this part of Sonny's rather than the back. The back looks too rough. This
I
looks
can't
deep.
see anything, Mom.
Well,
It's
go
too-
get some sunglasses on.
It's too bright.
There's Susan.
There's Papa. Will you hold Kelsey in the back? Can you walk? Walk. You're okay. I can't. I have to film. Come here.
Somebody has to hold Kelsey. Okay.
Susan to hold Kelsey. Wait for Susan to hold Kelsey.
Susan can't get into it. It's too many. She's okay. Go.
Well, put her between
Haley, you get in front of Kelsey.
Julia, watch her.
Go. Sit in, Daniel. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Everybody wave bye-bye. Bye-bye, Kelsey. They're about to run into a tree. Here they come. They're going around Sunny's land. Here they come. Where are they at? There they are. Woo! He's coming in fast. Whoa! Put Haley's head on! Deanna wants to go really, really fast.
I'm gonna stand up in it.
How long have you been here trapped?
We're out. It's been wonderful.
outdoors.
The kids haven't been fighting. It's been wonderful because we love each other so much.
It is Rachel's birthday was yesterday, and they're going to the hospital to see her. And I want to go, but I'm going to babysit. Eddie's trying to run over me, I know. Oh no, you're going to run into me. Why'd you want to stop?
It's taped out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You're undone.
Undone. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, it broke.
Well,
Did it hurt the boat?
Oh no.
Yes, it's made a hole in the boat.
Kelsey, was that fun? We lost the boat. Was that fun, Haley? We lost the Haley, come here. Put your head on, babe. We lost the circle thing. Well, do we have anything else?
Whoops.
here, everybody get out so Grandpa can move the boat over a little bit.
Everybody out. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
Okay. While he's doing that, we can walk around to the front yard.
Hi. Okay, say hi. All of a sudden changed. Well, I mean, she's got to go one, so what do you say? When you see that red light, oh, camera, action.
But I think I'm facing the sun, so it might not do it. Here's Kelsey. She's all ready to go.
Hang on, I'm going to drop the camera and I don't want to do that.
We're all ready to go, Mimo. Here comes somebody with the sled. I think it's Julie.
Push real hard. There you go.
Julie. Where? Back up, Brandon. Go that way.
After, just give me my turn.
Okay, go back there by the snow. Go by the snow. Okay. Down. There you. Can you sing?
On his turn. No, come on. Kelsey, you can walk now.
That was good. Okay. Kelsey, I want you to sing Jingle Bells. Kelsey.
She only wants to do it when she wants to do it, Grandma.
Stay on
Stay on. It must have fell off. He did.
Oh.
There he is.
Ah! Well, that wasn't a very good fit.
Lie on your tummy!
Oh, he didn't tie the knot well enough. What, for a Boy Scout? You guys didn't teach him how to tie knots.
Well, excuse me.
Brandon.
Why haven't you taught him since you've had him?
Ah!
You've had him about as long as we have, haven't you?
Oh, I just missed the point. Uh-oh.
Hey, what's going on here? Something's happening.
Here, you guys stand together and I'll take a picture.
Your code? Can you sing Jingle Bells? Please? Jingle bells.
Don't eat that stick.
Here he comes. He'll be coming round the mountain when he comes. There comes Daddy. Oh, you should have seen that one. He threw the rope. Here he comes. Watch Julie. It's not gonna make it. Oh, he made the curve even.
I was stuck in a position and he kept on pulling me.
Wait, Haley's getting too close. Well, somebody's right behind the tractor. He was really close to the tractor.
My turn.
How do you start?
Jim, tie that around the...
Lord.
They always want to be. Next thing you know, Nemo's gonna be wanting to go on it.
No.
I gave.
There they go. Brandon and Mama.
Hey, I could go with Haley.
Yeah.
You want to go with me?
Look how far they're going. Around the corner, here they come. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
Put your leg over. Hold on.
Woo! There they go.
Weren't a good idea, Grandma. Grandma, I guess these weren't a good idea.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, you need your hat back on.
Oh shoot, I've only got 2 minutes left.
Take those cameras back in. You're going to ruin them.
I want to just do a little bit of each one of them.
I want you to get me standing up. I want to stand up.
Oh,
goodness.
good.
Is
'cause
Kathy
you
here?
break your leg. Kathy and Bruce are here.
And then I will.
Of who goes next?
I was going to go next.
All right. Well, I'll take one of you, and then I'm gonna go. Okay. Yeah. There's Kelsey. Look at Kelsey.
Lay down, lay down, lay down.
Look at Mama.
Lay down.
Oh, Deanna, get over there with her.
Yeah, she can't see.
Deanna, you got it down over her eyes. Well, at least you made it, Sonny.
How come we not out there?
Here's Grandma's chair.
Oh, is he gonna pull you?
No,
Somebody pulled you?
I don't think so. Biscuit.
Whoa!
All right, let's let him have his song first, okay? Oh.
But he put him on backwards and he couldn't move at all.
Going again?
No wonder it's hurting.
This is gonna last about two. Don't get in front of the camera. We're ready.
If Brady could do that, I'm gonna do it.
No, Daniel. No.
Are you trying to already go?
He's gonna get hurt, I'm telling you.
I see down the driveway fell.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way, Daniel. Okay. Oh!
Can these people wear the skis too, or they break? But I mean, I'll know.
Oh! Deanna, did you stand up on the thing?
Yeah, but Susan didn't get me. You know what she said?
What?
She said, I don't deserve this.
I don't deserve this. Where are you going, Sonny?
No, he threw away ice cream.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they give him at work free ones.
Julie, turn around. What do you have to say?
Yeah, Brandon, Sally.
You came to buy them.
Brandon Silly?
Be on there. Hey, Lee. He's gonna get him. I got something for you. I will throw it. I will throw it. You're gonna run. Hey.
Hold on to the rope.
You wanna ride? Kelsey wants to ride first.
Okay.
Kathy, you can take Kelsey.
Oh, yeah, Kathy.
Lettuce.
Yeah, he'll let us.
Oh, you
Who's
had
driving,
snow
though?
pushed in your snow in your daddy. Daniel.
I'll just take it.
Keep your feet still.
Oh, cool. I want to do that instead.
Yeah, you're gonna get hurt if you do that.
No, I want to do that. That looks like fun. Oh, yeah. I want to do that.
Those there do hurt good, though.
I thought you were gonna do stunts
No, I
for
want to
me.
do that instead.
Oh,
He's crying.
Yeah, it's ready. You have to put it, it'll work.
Okay.
But wait, we'll wait.
there he goes. There he goes. There he goes.
I think what he's doing, he's waiting to be pulled instead of moving his feet in it.
He needs to go faster.
Wait, get out of the way.
Now before you take off, right before you take off.
There he goes. There he goes. Woo! Okay. Kathy, your chili, just warm it up. It's already on there. I think it's still warm. If not, put it in the microwave, whatever.
Yeah, we're watching. She's freezing. Her little hands is freezing.
Oh.
Lean backwards when we get going.
Uh-oh.
Put that stick on it, Bruce.
Do you see what she's got?
Stick, like hold on the stick.
Tell him
We
again.
can do that.
I'm gonna do that.
No, yell at him. Kelly.
There's one. There's one.
What's he called?
If you could do it like on each corner, is there any, make a V, is there any way to do that or not? Like a C rope? That way it's even.
Holler at him
I guess
again.
it doesn't matter, just do it in the middle.
You put your hand
Out of
like
the way,
that.
out of the way.
Now he's doing pretty good now.
All right, Daniel!
Woo!
Daniel, look at Deanna!
Oh, she's gonna go around the corner.
Here she goes. Woo! Honey.
That hurts too. There's not enough padding down there. You alright, Deanna?
You ready to go see the baby and go to the hospital? Papa, thank you, Papa. We quit.
It's a new fashion style.
Well, she's got to practice some more. Come on, I haven't got to take it yet.
Come on, go! Thank you, Kathy. Thank
Eddie,
you.
who doesn't even ski really, is showing Susan how to do it. What are you doing? I'm ready to tape.
Okay, I'm out. No more tape. And if it
All the grandkids with me, Mom, Papa by themselves. The mamas went to see the new baby. And I can't get Brandon to wake up. I've tried. Let's go get him. You need to wake up, baby, or you'll be asleep all night. It's time to wake up. Brandon. Brandon, it's time to wake up, Brandon. Good. Lay there a minute. I'm going to tell you a story that my grandma used to tell me. My grandma used to tell me real good stories all the time. If I was unhappy, she would tell me a story. In this story, I was real little, like Kelsey and Haley. And it's called The Little Red Hen. There was a great, big, bad wolf. Kind of like in Song of the South. And he said to his mama, I'm going to go catch the little red hen and we're going to have her for supper. And she said, but you've tried before and you've never been able to catch her. Are you sure we'll have her for supper? He said, yes, you put that boiling hot water on and I'll bring her back and we'll boil her and have her for supper. So he goes trotting out the door and he yells back, don't forget to put the hot water on. And he goes to the little red hen's house and she is out gathering sticks behind the hen house. And she's singing and just getting the sticks, and the little red hen doesn't know anything's happening. And the old bad wolf, that's right, he's watching her. So he comes in her house and gets behind her door. And when she walks back in with all her sticks, he starts to grab her and he says, gotcha! And she flew away from him, way up high on where the chickens roost. That's where the chickens go and sit, way up high in the chicken house where nothing can get them. And she's laughing at him and said, you can't catch me, you old mean wolf. And he thinks, and he thinks, and he thinks, how will I get her down? She has got me again. And he thought, and he thought. So he went around and around and around, and she's watching him go around and around and around and around. And all at once she got real dizzy, and she fell off of the roost, and he grabbed her, and he had a gunny sack, and he put her in it. And she's in the gunny sack, and he is going home with her, and he thinks he's going to eat her. So he is singing a song. Tra-la-la, I got the little red hen, and we are going to eat her for supper tonight. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. He gets to the park, which is about halfway home, and he decides he's really sleepy, and there's no need to hurry. This little red hen weighs so much. She's going to taste so good. So he sits under a tree, and he decides to take a little nap. So he gets under the tree, and he falls asleep. The little red hen's in the gunny sack, and she's thinking, oh my, he's going to eat me for dinner. What am I going to do? Oh no. She reached in her little apron, and when she did, what did she pull out?
Aprons and ties and rope and needles and
That's right.
and she needles and
so she had
that big hole to get out.
That's what she did.
That's right,
She
Haley.
reached in, she got some scissors and a needle, Julie
And
knows,
scissors, I forgot.
and thread, and she cut a hole this big, just her size, and she got out, and she looks around to see what she can put in the sack that would be just as heavy as her. And what did she get?
A rock.
A rock. That's right, a big rock. And she rolled it over, and she put it in the gunny sack. And then what did she do?
She patched it up with the needle and thread.
That's right, she patched it up, real nice stitches with the needle and thread, and then she snuck away and she ran home. In a little while, the old bad wolf, he wakes up, and he gets his gunny sack, and he's skipping, and he goes, oh my, it's so nice. I think the little red hen has gained some weight. She just feels so heavy. She's going to be good for us to eat tonight. And he gets to his house, and he yells, Mama, Mama, do you have the hot water going? And she yells out the door, and she says, yes, I do. Bring in that little red hen. We'll eat her for supper.
Why?
And he goes up the stairs real fast, and the water's boiling and boiling. And he didn't even look in the sack because he knew it was the little red hen. And so they just threw in the rock. And what happened? All the water came out and went all over him and caught him on fire and burned him. And they started yelping and hollering, and they ran away, never to bother the little red hen again. They lived happily ever after.
I have two little short stories I want to share. One is kind of like...
Well, wait, let's let Meemaw finish because we got her on videotape, right?
Let me tell a couple more.
Are you going to tell about Grandma Pierce? You want to tell about
I
that?
want to show you something.
Okay. You wanna hear about your grandpa?
Come here.
Grandpa
I
Pierce
want to show you
and Grandma Pierce came in the covered
I want to
wagon,
show you something, Julie.
I want to hear it.
and Grandpa, Mama used to tell me her name was Stella, and I'd ask her.
That was his stepmom.
No, that was his mother.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, Stella was
Stella
his
Blakely?
mother. Uh-huh.
Okay.
She told me these stories. I said, well, were you scared when you came? And she said, oh, yes. She said, because the Indians, they would have puffs of smoke going over on this mountain and puffs of smoke going over on that mountain. And she said she didn't know if they were going to come down and get her and the kids, or she didn't know what they were going to do. So later I asked Grandpa, I said, Grandpa, were you scared? He said, oh, heck no. They do a little puff of smoke here and a puff of smoke there. They were just telling each other hi. But his mama was scared. She was scared they were going to come and maybe kill him or something. Okay, and then halfway here, she had a little girl about 5. And her side started hurting, and they were in the covered wagon. But they had to go get the doctor, who had to come to the horse and buggy out to where the covered wagon was, and he operated on his sister on the table inside the covered wagon. Hey, they almost fell, and she died.
Who died?
But your great-grandpa's sister died because they did an operation on her appendix.
What was her name?
I don't remember her name. We'll have to look that up. Anyway, after that, when they would eat supper, Grandma Blakely, here, Haley, you have to sit over this way. She was so upset because her little girl had died that she wouldn't eat on that table anymore, and she'd always take her supper and go out on the back step of the covered wagon and eat. And I asked Grandpa, I said, Grandpa, did you guys fish on the way here, for your food? He said, oh no, our covered wagon was like a Winnebago. You just pulled out the sides and you slept in there, and they brought all their food with them. He said they brought pork and beans and all that stuff with them.
I'm gonna go see it.
Let me think what else he said. I asked him, I said, well, what did you do? You were a little bitty kid, and Grandma, his mother, told me that he used to get horny toads, and he'd put a little string around their neck and attach them to a matchbox. Then he'd get a little stick and make them go like they were on the covered wagon. So that was one of the stories. Okay, the one you like, Julie, is Grandma Pierce said that her and her sisters,
Who were they?
Myrtle, Mabel, Hazel, and Aunt Dorothy, and she had a brother named Franklin.
Mabel and Hazel.
And Myrtle,
Myrtle and
Mabel.
Mabel were twins.
Identical twins?
Oh, they looked a lot alike. Okay, well, they said they were outside playing at night because they didn't have TV and everything. And she said they looked over, there were kind of like little mountains, but they really were more like hills, and they didn't have a lot of trees. And they saw 2, they thought were wild eyeballs coming really big, like this, over the mountain. And they got more scared and more scared and more scared because these eyes got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they thought it was a wild animal. It got almost to the house. You know what it was, Julie?
The car.
The first car they had ever seen, the headlights of it. And I thought that was real interesting. And then another
What about
time.
the flies?
Oh, okay. Grandma and Grandma's twin Myrtle and Mabel, they were always getting into trouble. And their daddy, I think she called him Paul. Paul had a prize rooster, real pretty prize rooster. And for some reason, they decided that they were going to, because back then when you had some chickens you wanted to eat, you had to wring their head off. And then you had to stick them in boiling water, and then you had to pull all the feathers off of them. And then you had to split them open and take all this junk out of them. That's enough of that? Okay, so they decided they wanted they were going to make a chicken for supper. So they decided to take that prize rooster, and they went out and they caught it and they wrung its head, but it wouldn't die. So then they'd wring it some more. Well, they had killed it, but its head didn't pop off like they should. And it was just jumping all over the yard with its head broken. So then, Papa is what they call it. So Papa came home, and when he did, he always went out to see about his rooster before he even saw about the kids. He went out to see the rooster, and it was gone. He couldn't find it. So he started asking all the kids, have you seen the prize rooster? No, none of them knew where it was. They didn't know. And I think they had stuck it behind the cellar. Anyway, he found it. And he never gave them a spanking, ever. But that day, they got a spanking, a good spanking. Probably a belt.
Who was the one that actually wrung the rooster's neck?
Well, I don't know. It was. I think Grandma said that she would ring it a while, and then the other one would ring it a while, and they would take turns.
Oh, I thought you did it.
No, I wasn't born. This was Grandma when she was real little.
How many brothers, how many sons and daughters did Abel have?
How many sons and daughters? I don't know. We're going to that later. Okay, another story about Grandma is this. They had a bad snowstorm, kind of like we do now. And she had a favorite aunt called Aunt Hattie. And Aunt Hattie had gone to her school out in the country. And she was a lot older, and she said, well, she was going to check her out of school because she had to take her like to the doctor or somewhere. So Grandma went with her, and they were going shopping on the train, like to, this was at Goatybo, and they were probably going maybe to Hobart, which wasn't very far down the road, and they were just going to have a fun day, but they didn't tell Papa and Mama about it. Okay? So she went with Aunt Hattie.
So she really wasn't sick?
No. She went with Aunt Hattie. And she got out of school, and they went shopping. Well, a real bad snowstorm came, and they went by train back then. And the train got stopped in the middle of the wilderness out in nowhere, and they had to all get off the train and go stay at this person's house. And back then, a lot of people didn't have phones, and she just knew that she would be, in so much trouble because she couldn't get word to her Papa where she was, and Aunt Hattie wasn't home, and nobody knew where they were.
Did
But
she have anybody else with her? What are you doing?
no, just the people from the train. But what she didn't know was that you can't keep secrets out in a little bitty town like that. And Papa knew what had happened and where she was. But when she got home, she was really scared. Really, really scared. And she couldn't go anywhere for a long time. Okay, another Grandma story. Aunt Myrtle and Grandma were always playing tricks on their boyfriends.
Were they like twins? Were they like
Anna, she's gonna fall down.
Don't worry about it. She'll be alright.
Okay.
Grandma, were they twins?
Yeah, they were twins.
Alright.
Okay, so one day they didn't have movies to go to. They didn't have nothing to do except go to church. And they went to church by horse and buggy, or they had to walk. So Grandma and Aunt Myrtle wanted to go to church, but they didn't want to walk. And they didn't like these two boys that came along, but they had a horse and buggy. So they asked them, do you want to ride to church? And they said, oh yeah, they want to ride to church. And so they're taking them to church, and Aunt Myrtle and Grandma Mabel say, stop the buggy, look at those beautiful apples on the other side of the fence. On the other side of the fence. We want one of those red apples. Would you guys go climb that tree and get us that certain apple? And these boys who were nice enough to take them to school climb the fence. They're getting the apples, and Grandma and Aunt Myrtle take off with their horse and buggy and leave them over in the field.
The boys were the buggy?
Yeah, they took the boys' horse and buggy and left the boys over there getting the apples. And they go on to church. But Grandma and Aunt Myrtle know when those boys get to church, they're going to be furious. So they got them a ride home before they even got to church. Those boys were really mad for a long time after that. Okay, another story Grandma told me was...
Can I say something?
No, wait just a minute. I got to tell these stories, Deanna says, and then you can.
I want to tell mine.
Okay. Another story Grandma told me was Aunt Dorothy. These were all her sisters. All of them went out, and they had a little, it'd be like you and Julie and Haley and Kelsey when they get bigger. They went out in the field, and they decided they would go fishing, and whoever caught what fish would cook the fish for the, and then whatever Grandma and them caught, they would let the other ones eat. What they caught, they would let Grandma and Aunt Myrtle eat. Well, Aunt Dorothy and Aunt Hazel caught some nice little perch, and they fixed them, and that's good fish. But Grandma Mabel and Aunt Myrtle caught tadpoles, which is about to be a frog, and they cooked them. And they had Aunt Dorothy and Aunt Hazel ate tadpoles. Yes, and they ate the fish. Grandma and Aunt Myrtle had the fish, and the other two had the tadpoles. So they were kind of naughty. I only know one other story I think Grandma told me. And she was in a horse and buggy, and there was a boy down the street that she kind of liked, but not a whole lot. And he got in the horse, in the buggy with her, and he's trying to kiss her, and she was crocheting with a little knitting needle. And he reached over to kiss her, and she slapped him on the back like that. And when she did, she forgot she had that crochet needle, and it went in his skin, and they hadn't called the doctor to come and get it and cut it out. Okay, is there any, I don't know. She never told me the ending of these things. I'll have to think of some more stuff she told me. I told about.
You guys play.
Yeah, you can tell me now.
Nobody's playing with
So let me go sit by Grandma.
Go sit over here.
I have two to sit.
Come on by
Okay, come
Grandma.
here.
Me bone.
Okay, you want me to tickle your tummy?
Eddie, we're telling stories. Be quiet.
Oh, telling stories.
Oh, I
Did
wanna-
everybody eat?
Yes.
No.
I didn't.
I have one more story to tell about Papa's family.
Okay, say it.
We're on the internet, but I don't know how.
Good. All right, Eddie, who was it that had the geese? They had geese. And these geese went out, and they ate a bunch of poppy seeds. That nobody, well, tell them what poppy
I've
seeds
never heard
are.
the story.
They don't know about that stuff.
Well, tell them.
What are poppies?
Poppy
They're the
seeds
poppy seed
are
bagel.
like a drug that they can make. What is it they make out of it?
Opium.
Opium.
And it makes
The
you
drug
sleepy
makes you high.
or sleepy, kind of like a drug. And the geese ate all of that. Okay, they got up that morning and went out, and here is probably 50 geese laying out. They thought dead. They thought, oh no, what are we going to do with all these geese? We can't lose that much money off of them and everything. So they got them, and they plucked their feathers all off because they thought they were dead. They didn't even bother to put them in the water to pluck them out. Took all their feathers off to make pillows and stuff, soft
Oh
pillows.
no.
And they just got the last one done, and what happens?
I see
They
it.
got up and started walking around,
Your turn.
and they had been asleep. They had ate poppy seeds. So then they had to go in the house, they had to find little sweaters and anything they could find to put on these geese.
Until their
Feathers grew back.
Are you kidding
No,
me?
that's the truth.
Did their feathers grow back?
Well, yeah. They had plucked them all. I thought that's funny.
Well, that's a good way to make some, if you really want some feathers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just pluck your geese and give them poppy seeds. Okay, Daniel.
There was once this little itty bitty chicken, almost the same size as a flower. And all the other chickens were bigger than a flower, and they always ran around kind of stomping on the little one. So then that night, one night, the little hen or chicken looked up at the sky and saw a big star and wished that it could be bigger so that all the other ones would stomp on it. And then that night whenever it went to sleep, that morning whenever it woke up, it was bigger than a house. And it was so happy it did the chicken dance. And they say that it's still up on a big red hill doing the chicken dance.
That's a good one.
And the next one is a king of a land wanted his daughter to marry someone who knew a lot of stories. Well, that knew a lot of stories, and it was very long and could say for a very long period of time. And then all the men in the kingdom went and said stories, but soon they all ran out of stories that they knew. Until one man came up and said, and knocked on the drawbridge door and said, "King, I want to tell you a story so I can marry your beautiful princess." And this is the story. Well, there was a house that had a little crack, and the crack was just big enough for an ant to go through. So an ant came by, take a piece of wheat. Another ant did the same. Another, and another, and then 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 another, until the king said, "Is this story ever going to end?" And the man looked up and said, "No." And he said, "It's called the never-ending story." So then he got to marry the princess, but he had to make one promise, not ever to tell the never-ending story again.
Well, that was good. Daniel, I know a story about Aunt Deanna. Aunt Deanna wanted a billy goat where she could rope it. She had a horse and she wanted a billy goat. And she asked her Daddy and me both. And we said, "No, you cannot have a billy goat. Please let me have a billy goat." And we said, "No, you cannot have a billy goat." We were sitting on the front porch and I kept hearing something go, "Bah, bah." And I said, "Do you hear that?" Deanna says, "No, I don't hear anything." And I said, "Eddie, do you hear something bad?" And he said, "Well, I thought I did." Yes, says, "Oh no, she didn't hear it. She didn't hear it. So the next morning, we just kind of ignored it. The next day, Deanna was at school, and I was outside, and I hear something go bat, bat in the barn. So I go out to the barn, and I'm looking all around on the ground, and I don't see any little billy goat. But I think there's one out there because I hear it, and I'm looking around, and all at once it made a big loud bat, and I looked up, and it had great big horns, and it was standing on top of the fence that I was walking by, and it leaped down, and it had a rope on it, and went around my feet, and knocked me down, and goes like this.
With that big long horn.
Yes! I crawled out of the barn and got away from it, and when Deanna came home, she was in a lot of trouble.
It didn't have long horns.
Yes, it did.
Ow.
Yes.
Why did you answer this phone that you
Ow!
did over here?
Daniel.
I need it.
831.
But these are the reasons I love you. Why not? I said. Because you don't have to be good at karate, or first in a race, or always neat and tidy for me to love you. Said Mother. Oh, said Sammy, still wondering why. Did you love me when I helped Matthew when he fell down? Or because I said you could use my bike to go to the store? Said Sammy. Because I bring you fruit juice in the morning?
Julie, she wants that.
Asked Sammy. No, said Mother. Why not? Sammy. Whoa. When you are kind and thoughtful to them, it shows me that that the love in your heart and it touches my heart. But that's not why I love you. I love you because you're the only one and the only Sammy there will be ever in the whole world in your mind. That's enough for me to love you all the time. Sammy grew quiet. He thought for a moment or two and then asked, "Is there ever a time you don't love me?" "No," she said. Sammy looked surprised. "You mean you still love me when I yelled at you Saturday?" Sammy asked. "No, Bobby." "Or after I hit Peter for taking my truck?" asked Sammy. "No, Bobby." "Or when I crayoned on the wall?" asked Sammy. "Yes," said Mother, "I still loved you." "You mean you loved the things I did?" asked Sammy. "No," said Mother. "I was very angry. I do not like yelling, or the hitting, or cleaning off the crayon marks. But I still love you." "How come?" asked Sammy. Mother grew quiet for a moment and then said, "Because, Sammy, the love in my heart is like the sun in the sky. It's always there, even when you can't see it." "Like on a cloudy day?" asked Sammy. "Yes," said Mother. "Exactly. When we are angry or sad, it's like a cloudy day, and things seem very gloomy. But we know the sun is still there, and it will shine again." Sammy thought for a moment. "But sometimes when I feel very angry with you, like when you send me to my room or say I can't play with Peter, I don't feel like I love you at all." "I know what you mean," Sammy said. It's hard to feel the soft feeling of love when you are feeling angry or sad or hurt. So what do I do? Sammy? Keep on hitting me. First of all, when you are going to feel whatever you are feeling, angry, sad, hurt, or lonely, whatever the feeling is, it's all right to feel it. But then take the time to remember that love is like the sun in the sky, shining warm in your heart, even on angry, cloudy days. I didn't hit you.
Hey, look. Look on the other side of here.
Okay. So, that's how come you love me all the time? No matter what, said Sammy. Yes, answered Mother. No matter what. I'm glad. Sammy kissed his mother on the tip of her nose. Sorry. The end.
No, but that's just like you and Brandon.
No, that's Dr. Mima, you can turn off the tape now. Do you want me to read this book to you?
Yeah. I was on my robot.
You turn off the tape now, Mima.
That's my robot.
But I want it. That's the name of the book.
What?
That's the name of the book.
What's name?
Come on, Sammy. We're going to the toy store. Mother. I'd like to help pick out a stuffed animal for your cousin Rachel. It's her 2nd birthday. Wow, yelled Sammy. I'm going to the toy store. Cool, awesome, let's go. Come on, Mom, hurry. Mother looked at all the toys. Oh my, she said. Look at how many different stuffed animals there are. I wonder which one will be the right for Rachel. Sammy, why don't you decide which one to buy? But Sammy wasn't listening. I want this gorilla, and this giraffe, and this dog, and this parrot, and... Sorry, Sammy, but we can't. We came here only to get your cousin Rachel a present, said Mother. We won't be buying anything for you today, but I want it. Sammy screeched as he pulled on the toy Mother was putting back on the shelf. I want all of them. Honey, calm down and tell me why you want them so much, Mother said. Because Sammy sniffled. And having them all made me so very happy. Really, said Mother? Let's see if that's true. Oh, Mommy, said Sammy, I'm so happy to have all these animals to play with and sleep with. I was right. They made me very happy. Good night, Sammy, said Mother, turning off the light. Mommy, Daddy, I can't sleep, Sammy said. What's the matter, honey, said Mother. I don't know. I can't get comfortable, Sammy said sadly. Come on, Sammy, said Mother gently. I'll take you back to your room. You can turn off the tape now.
How come? Maybe she wants you to read to her every night, and she could do it this way.
Yeah, but the camcorder's on.
I know. Just keep reading.
Mother,
Do it with a lot of feeling.
Mother took Sammy back into bed. Here, maybe Mr. Gorilla will help you go to sleep. Can we show the pictures? Did on the last one. Some of them I did. Mommy, Daddy, I still can't sleep, Sammy cried, coming into his parents' room again. Mr. Gorilla was no help at all. I need my Mr. Old Cat. I can't find him. There are too many stuffed animals in my room. Sammy, Mother said, I thought you said that if you had all these animals, you'd feel happy. Sammy thought for a minute. I did feel happy for a while having them all to play with, but now I don't care about them. I miss Mr. Cat. Why is Mr. Cat so important? Mother said softly. 'Cause Mr. Cat is always with me, explained Sammy. He took care of me when I was sick with the flu. He was with me when I was scared of the lightning and thunder. He is always there when I go to sleep and when I wake up. He really cares about me. I want Mr. Cat. Here he is, said Mother. He was pushed away under the bed. But what shall we do with all these other stuffed animals? Mommy, said Sammy sleepily, are there some children who don't have even one Mr. Cat to love and protect them while they're scared? Yes, Sammy, there are, said Mother. I only need one Mr. Cat, Mommy. Let's find those children and give them each one of these toy animals so they can feel loved and protected, suggested Sammy. Yes, Mother. Yes, Sammy. Let's do that tomorrow at the children's shelter. Mother smiled.
Grandma.
So, Sammy, you see, it's not how many things you have that make you happy. It's how special something or someone is to you that makes you happy. Yes, Mother. And I have Mr. Cat, and I love you, and I have Daddy. I'm very happy. The end. Now, Mima, you can turn it off now.
I want to read it.
Oh, my voice is getting hurt.
What is that, please?
Oh, look, there's that same lady again. She looks the same.
You want Barney?
Is that the same lady? You already read both of them.
Set these clothes out for me to wear.
Yeah, let's read Barney's favorite mother. Right.
These are mine. Well, I saw them in there on my stuff.
Do you like Barney?
Now we're on them.
Little Bo Peep. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them. Sheep have soft wool. It makes them feel snug. Find something soft and give it a hug. Pat a cake, pat a cake. Pat a cake. Sorry. Pat a cake, baker's a man. Make me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and roll it and mark it with the B and put it in the oven for a baby and me. Barney is playing the patty cake game. He's clapping his hands. Now you do the same. We gotta clap our hands. There we go. Yeah, it's like that. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. Where's the little boy who looks after the sheep? He's under the haystack, fast asleep. Let's blow the horn for the little boy blue. Barney can see it. Do you see it too? Where is it, Haley? Yeah. Humpty Dumpty sat on a rock.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Wibble wobble and turn around like Humpty Dumpty will fall down. One, two, look at my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up 6, 7, 8, lay them straight. 9, 10, a big fat hen. We heard the numbers from 1 to 10. Now, you and Barney can say them again. Can you say with me? Okay, well that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick. Barney jumps high and lands with a thump. It's your turn to try. How high can you jump? To market, to buy a fat pig. Come home, jitty, jiggity jig. To market, to buy a fat hog. Home again, jiggity jog. These little piggies make Baby Bop giggle. Do just like she does and giggle and wiggle. Ring around the rosy, your pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Barney says, reach down and touch your toes. Now reach up and touch your nose. Two little bluebirds sitting on a hill. One named Jack and one named Jill. Fly away, Jack. Fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack. Come back, Jill. Barney is making believe he can fly. You flap your wings, and so will peas porridge. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold. Peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. Some like it hot, some like it cold. Some like it in the pot, 9 days old. Barney thinks the porridge looks yummy. Pretend you're Barney and rub it in your tummy. And rub your tummy. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jogged over them. The little dog laughed to see such a sport. The dish ran away with the spoon. The cat says meow and the cow says moo moo. Barney says try to make sounds like that too. Can you do that? Excuse me. Wee Willie Winky runs through the town. Upstairs, downstairs, it is nightcap. Rapping at the window, crying through the lock. Are the children in their beds? For now it's 8 o'clock. Barney likes hearing the sound of a clock. Can you help him whisper? Tick-tock, tick-tock. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Stars shine so brightly, the moon shining too. Say goodnight to Barney, he'll say goodnight to you. Rock-a-bye baby, in the treetop, when the wind blows the cradle well. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all. This daddy is, this daddy is singing some sweet lullaby. Barney and Baby Bob say, close your eyes.
I know how close your eyes are.
I love you. You love me. We're a happy family. With a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? The end. You could turn off the video cameras now, both of them. Yep. I don't know how to turn off the camera.
Go.
I was gonna call you.
Go, Twinkle.
I'm coming home today, but not till later.
Stir.
Yeah, we went to the hospital to see the baby. There was
Can I have one? Like Brandon?
Like a diamond.
Yeah.
In.
Wow!
Okay, sing real loud.
We go, little star. How I want to
You want some orange
you
juice?
want up
one like
the
6 o'clock.
like you.
Well, we're gonna go shopping. I gotta run by and see Carrie. That's what I thought it was.
So I want
That's
Everybody
good.
agree, but did you want to come to
Look
dinner
up here,
tomorrow,
Jim. Wait a minute. Good morning, Jim.
Oh, good morning, Mom.
We're going shopping. You're babysitting. No, you don't have to babysit. Daddy will. No, you know I have one piece. And outside are the birdies. Uh-huh.
I decided to leave.
Okay, this is the ending of our tape. Here is Mama Deanna. Deanna, turn around. Show. Okay, this is the end of our tape. It's the end of Christmas. Best Christmas 2000 Mimos ever had.
Nobody's been fighting. Everybody's been wonderful. We had the best day yesterday on the tractor. And miss Uncle Steve.
Yes,
My
we
husband.
did. Uncle Steve.
Well, to all the kids.
Well, my son-in-law. What do you have to say about this year 2000 Christmas, Julie?
It's fun, I guess. I do know. I like to stay with Mom and Papa and everybody.
I did too. And she's wearing lipstick and sparklies. And here's Jimmy. Jimmy, what do you have to say about this Christmas?
Oh, it was great, Mom.
That's it?
Yeah.
Sounds like, who does that sound like? A Flintstone person.
Now we're cleaning up. We're getting ready to go Christmas shopping. After Christmas sales shopping.
And who's going? You and Julie.